Welcome to your Optavia LifeBook audio channel. Today we're going to be starting off element 5 in our lifebook, starting on page 126. Before we get started, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Christie Baker and I am a certified independent Optavia health coach. And this channel is my gift to you if you are a client of Optavia. It's meant to be an on-the-go resource for you to take your lifebook with you wherever you are. We always encourage our clients, get into your lifebook for just a few minutes a day. So that's how I've organized these videos, is just to be a couple minutes just to touch base with your mindset and keep you moving forward on your health journey. All right, let's get started on page 126 today. And this is titled, let me go back and check, Element 5, Optimizing Your Surroundings. And this first part is going to be looking at optimizing our relationships. Your goal is to create a micro environment of health, a protective bubble to shield you against the opsogenic forces and nurture your growth and transformation. Now that you have taken responsibility, determined that you will play above the line, and decided to take total accountability for your health, life, everything will change. In situations that present themselves, you will get progressively better at being able to recognize when you are drifting below the line. And if you need some more clarity about those terms, go back and listen to Element 4 videos. This new way of being has a side effect. You will start interacting with your world in a different way. And it's worth considering that those around you may not be making the similar choices. This may present challenges, and that's what we'll discuss now in element 5. In the last element, we worked on your relationship with yourself and equipped you with a very simple structure called stop, challenge, choose. As you get better making your daily choices in line with your goals, it will get easier. You will see your ability to control your behavior and remain calm in contrast to others who are quick to react and lose their composure over trivial things. In order to minimize the effect on your progress by those around you who are not quite simply there or simply don't support you, we need to talk about the dynamics of relationships, interactions, and connections with others. This section will help you gain the support of others, which will be incredibly important part of your daily life this year as you design and create new chapters in your story. Relationships are critical to everything that we do in life. We are hardwired to be social, and our sense of connection, belonging, and attachment to other people is one of the most fundamental of all human needs. This connection not only serves us on our journey to health and well-being, but it is essential in living a longer and healthier life. People that lack these fundamental human relationships of companionship and connection are at a 45% greater risk of dying earlier. Wow. If these positive connections support and enhance our journey, how do we create more of them and deepen our existing relationships? Let's first address how you can enhance your current relationships and build strong allies who might even join you on your mission. Let's do a quick review using our above the line visual as a guide. Remember that you have decided to take full responsibility for whatever happens during your day. You also know that sometimes you will drift below the line. That keystone habit you are building is being able to shift from back above the line using the stop, challenge, choose method to help you keep your thinking brain as your guide versus the reactive, emotional Labrador brain. Here we have the diagram of above the line is someone who is open, curious, and has a growth mindset. And below the line, the person is closed, defensive, and always needs to be right. There's a very practical way of thinking about how to manage the two states that we find ourselves in daily. The emotional, or Labrador brain, has been referred to as the hot or go system. In ancient times, it helped us survive. When we were threatened, the I always have a hard time saying this word, amygdala, a concentrated group of nerves that control the emotional brain, would hijack our thinking and shut off the cognitive high-level activities, and instead began pouring out emotional energy into the body into action. The body prepared itself to run with increased blood flow to the muscles. No thinking or pondering, just high energy reactions and below the line thinking. It's how little kids and quite a few teenagers tend to think. In contrast, the cool or no system is the second operating system. It is run by our thinking brain and allows you to have meaningful, conscious conversations that are mutually beneficial. The body is in a very relaxed state with a slow heart rate, normal blood pressure, and a sense of alertness. It allows us to thrive. It is the habits of health default state and our goal as you design your authorship of your life. These two systems play very different roles. 10,000 years ago, the go system hair trigger helped protect you and your tribe. Unfortunately, the perceived threats we feel today are mostly to our ego, and they trigger the go system. In almost every case, we would be better served by the no system. Let's say you're in a meeting and you perceive someone as mocking an idea that you have shared. Your go system is activated and you want to tear his head off. You release a litany of aggressive language. Your face goes beet red and you adopt an equally threatening body position. After work, you throw down 2 drinks without thinking to calm you down, only to find out later that his comments had nothing to do with your proposal. The sum total is full go system activation, increased blood pressure, too much alcohol, damaged relationships, potential loss of job, advancement, and poorer health. Next time, use stop, challenge, choose. Have a glass of water and achieve understanding by using the no system so that you progress towards better health and well-being and maybe even a promotion. As you become more aware of your current behavior and you work on developing your healthy mindset, this simple analogy offers you the opportunity to improve your interactions with those around you. It's a no-go that can help. Let's break down how we can help influence your world to serve your needs and better support your journey. Your self-awareness really means knowing yourself, your emotions and what triggers them, and how you normally react to specific people and places. This will help your no system dominate. It's really as simple as stopping and asking yourself, what is happening here? If we can help you make sense of your emotions and recognize when they're starting to reveal themselves, we can intervene and prevent them from hijacking the thinking brain. In turn, this will mean that we can respond in a way that best serves us and keeps the go system switched off. Building this powerful micro habit of responding rather than reacting changes everything. This gives us great power over our emotions. In the last element, we talked about the importance of sensing the types of changes in your body that herald the rise of emotion and the beginning of the activation of the go system. Early detection helps us create a gap and gives us time to prevent the go system activation. We can then use our no system to challenge our response and choose an outcome that moves us forward on our journey. If you can recognize and become fully aware of an emotion, then you can understand what's causing it. The beauty is that it usually represents a symptom of something that we need to address in ourselves or our relationships. And it can help you understand something important about yourself as you shift back above the line and learn from it. You can ask yourself, what triggered it? if you need to respond, and if you can avoid feeling that way by reframing what you heard to serve you in a more constructive way. Many times you will find that your ego is at play. If you resist the temptation to interpret these interactions as a real threat, you can immediately diffuse these disturbing feelings. If it is a genuine threat to you, then you will be able to respond in a more reflective way that builds your case rather than destroying it. Ask yourself, does it matter what I think about myself in this situation? Most of the time, unless it is a tangible threat to your job or runs the risk of you being physically hurt, it's more likely to be an imagined threat to our ego and self-worth. It's a default state response, which is left over from our self-generated story. It does not serve the new you. We will unpack this more in Dr. A's Habits of Health. In the space below, I'm going to ask you some reflective questions, and if you want to go back and write those, there's space on page 131 for you to do so. I'd like you to think of a moment where you identified an emotion. Don't judge it, just observe it. And make a note at whether you were successful at using stop, challenge, choose, and your no system to respond in a way that was different from before. Dr. A gives an example, and I'm going to read that to you. The emotion in the example was, when my daughter leaves the kitchen a mess, I feel angry. His past response is he would yell and create stress and bad feelings. Why would I respond with anger? I want her to be successful and make good choices. His current response, now that he's using the stop, challenge, choose, is I see the mess and I turn to yell, but I immediately stop. I let the feeling pass. That lasts about 90 seconds on average. And I ask my daughter to clean up. Once she has finished, I hug her and I tell her that I love her. After a few false starts, I now have a clean kitchen and a great relationship with my daughter. As an exercise, pick a different emotion that you experience during the day and observe and identify the real reason that you are feeling these emotions, if you know it. Then observe how those emotions are affecting others and how you are using stop, challenge, choose in order to change the outcome. You can decide to watch the emotions run its course, engage in a constructive way, or leave the situation if you feel that is necessary. He gives us some prompts here to go through. Identify your emotion. Did you use the no and go system? And he gives it space for you to do that 3 times with different emotions and how you would activate your no and go using your critical thinking brain. If you're on the move, go ahead and text those examples to yourself so that you can share that with your coach at your next call. Our emotions are a powerful source of energy for action. If we fail to harness it, go energy can easily see us slip into unhealthy behaviors in both our choices and our interactions with others. Being able to feel our emotions fully and determining our own choice of how to constructively express them is our goal. The first step is being aware, and the previous exercise allows you to repraise and move from the go to activate a smarter choice. There will be people in your life that can activate your neural tripwire more than others. Try to avoid confrontational people and situations until your stop, challenge, choose habit is fully installed and they no longer have the ability to trigger negativity in you. It's going to be helpful to record the following for the next week and track what kind of situations pushed your buttons to activate the go system. We'll discuss in the next part of the video how to manage your behavior very shortly. What I'd like you to do is to write down some avoidance strategies to help you manage the kind of situations you've experienced above. If a person or situation presents itself, then you will do what steps? to either avoid confrontation in situations or activate the stop, challenge, choose method. Dr. A mentions a sign that he noticed at an entrance to a ski park. It said, "Check yourself before you wreck yourself." I thought that this was a perfect reminder that if we want to improve our conscious control of our behavior, then it is important to figure out what we can change in our relationships to help them be more supportive on our journey. Thank you for joining me today for Element 5, Part 1, and we'll be ending on page 133 if you'd like to go back and read that in your physical life book. If you could also push the like button and the notifications down below so you get notified when the next video is coming out. Thanks so much for joining me.